great start for Eric Almirola as he barrels into turn 1 and 2. Brad Keselowski follows him in there. A little bit easier for the 11 of Denny Hamlin. He doesn't go in as hard. And then you see the 14 of Clint Bowyer trying to fight for that 3rd spot right now.
Listen, these drivers are going to find out about the grid.
Oh, we got one out of the groove up there to 14.
And Clint Bowyer, he's talked ever since we came back racing that qualifying is important. He started today very high up, losing spots already, doesn't want to give up that good track position.
Yeah, this car jumped right out of that groove, like a lot of cars we saw do that last year. These guys still really aren't challenging this track. Not yet. They're going to work their way up to it. Without any practice, they have to go out there and kind of tiptoe around here. Easy, easy. Work their way up to the speed. Lean on that right rear tire.
Kyle Busch has moved up to the 4th position in that yellow number 18.
You know, Denny did have a very cautious start, but he's sitting in a position right now where he's got a car in one piece with an opportunity to still win this race. Sometimes you got to take those sacrifices. Great battle right here for the lead.
Almirola is on the outside in the 10. Brad Keselowski trying to take the lead away.
Oh, the one car on the outside. Kurt Busch having an issue into turn 3.
Almost a dead heat for the lead as Keselowski with the advantage now, and he will take the lead at New Hampshire.
We see it all the time with these Penske Fords. They fire off fast on the short run. Be interested to see if they can hang on as the run goes on.
See what happened to the 14, and now we see the 12 of Ryan Blaney was moving up the racetrack a bit as well, but
looked like Denny got into the side of the 14. Pushed the 14 and Clint Bowyer up the racetrack. Denny chasing his car. Here's the side panner. Oh, good contact there. Not too bad. Sure, Bowyer's not happy about it, but nobody hits the fence. That's the big thing early in the race. You don't want to get spun out and hit the fence.
And the wait will have to continue for Kyle Busch fans to see him in victory lane. He has just brought out the first caution. Huge damage to the right side of that car. Running in the 6th position.
So this is earlier in the race. We're going to see on the exit of turn 2 a little bit of contact between the right rear of the 18 and the wall. There's another look at it, guys. Just a little high off corner exit. We've seen that before.
Turn 2, that's, let's see, getting in down into turn 3. Oh, gosh.
It looks like a flat right front tire. Car just goes straight. Look at the right front tire's already off the wheel almost.
Look at that. That's a big hit.
Just 5 laps to go. It is Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Cole Custer, the top 5 right now. Kevin Harvick back in the picture. He's running 6th. Brad Keselowski 7th. Christopher Bell is 8th. Corey LaJoie has fallen back to 9th after restarting up in the top 2. Clint Bowyer is in 10th.
There's too much racing, Rick. I don't know where I'm supposed to look. There's action everywhere.
That's a great thing.
I was thinking the same thing. I don't know what to look at.
Oh, man.
That's a good problem.
You're the 32 of Corey LaJoie on the right side of your screen. Trying to get by that 10 of Eric Almirola. Now he'll fall behind as we see the 37 of Ryan Preece. A welcome statistic that they have gotten away from. JTG Doherty Racing did not finish last. The last 4 races, they were part of the last finishers of all 4 of those last races. So a little bit better run here today for JTG Doherty Racing.
Stat you never want, Rick.
Yeah.
Guys, I want y'all to, we talked about it earlier, that 95 car on the bottom, Christopher Bell. He has been really good at this racetrack in every series he's ever been in. See if he can make that work today. Remember, he's a rookie. No practice whatsoever on this racetrack.
But look at this move right here, Rick. Excuse me, Jeff. That's so nicely done. Drive in low, left front on the apron, doesn't overdrive the exit. May give up the bottom to the 2, but cleared 2 cars in 1 corner. Marty.
Hey, not only is Christopher Bell good at this racetrack, undefeated in Xfinity and holding off Brad Keselowski there for 4th, but how about his crew chief, Jason Ratcliffe? He has 9 wins here at New Hampshire. Yes, 9. 6 in Xfinity, 3 in Cup, and right now Christopher Bell trying to hold on to that 4th spot and get another win maybe for Jason Ratcliffe here in the Granite State.
I think this is what you kept talking about it, Jeff, how when someone gets in the inside of you, it's not a guaranteed pass. And that's, I think, why we see some contact at a track like this. How quickly does someone like Brad Keselowski get frustrated? Continues to get inside the 95, can't complete the pass.
Momentum continuing for the 11 of Denny Hamlin as he goes through 3 and 4 for the final time of stage 1. This will be his 4th stage win of 2020. Already has 5 wins on the season, and that means 29 playoff points. He continues to add to those. Keselowski on the outside. Green flag flying once again. 2 to go from the magic mile for stage 2.
Warrior back there making it 3 wide.
A lot better restart on that inside line for Denny Hamlin. He's going to use that bottom groove to take the lead back. Didn't spin the tires this time, and it's really going to pay off with the lead.
Here comes Keselowski. How much pressure does he put to the back of the 11? Now they're fighting for the lead. Keselowski to the bottom of the racetrack, coming up on 1 to go in stage 2.
It's a great move by Hamlin in 1 and 2. I think it surprised Keselowski a little bit.
How bad does Brad want this playoff point? What's he willing to do?
Looking to the inside. Here he goes. Down the backstretch again.
He's there. 3 out the
Contact.
back. You and him.
Dead even into 3.
Surging ahead, but can he keep it to the bottom of the track? Coming out of 4. Keselowski fighting back, and he's going to win stage 2.
Green checkered here. Nice job. Way to fight for it.
What a fight. Denny Hamlin fought back on the outside, almost got there, half a car length behind him. Keselowski and Denny Hamlin once again, same rows. 110 laps remaining in the race.
3 wide for the lead.
But Eric Almirola in that 10, just trying to make the outside work. Now he goes to the inside of Keselowski.
Eric Almirola looking very confident in his race car. He's driving very aggressively.
His crew chief Bugga, when we talked to him on Friday, he said the thing I love about Eric is he is going to work his tail off as hard as anybody on this team to get better.
Actually trying to make that 3rd lane work. Just doesn't quite have the exit up there just yet. Still got to turn down. Use that exit though on that low entry to pull almost past the 11 car.
Hamlin was a little loose coming out of 2, and now Brad Keselowski trying to take the lead back away from Denny.
Denny fights back on that outside. Outside seems to be able to stay up there in turns 3 and 4, down in 1 and 2. Brad slides up in out of the PJ1.
I'm working 3, back it down.
Flat left front tire on the 38.
Yeah, John Hunter Nemechek, you see the yellow stripes. He's heavily involved in the Rookie of the Year battle right now. He was running 22nd. John Hunter Nemechek, son of Joe Nemechek. Look at the side of that race car.
That's a hard impact right there.
Destroyed that 38 car. So the 23-year-old's going to take that one back into the garage, and his day will be done.
Here, come down to the opening.
Again, getting into turn 3. Left front tire's flat. Oh, gosh. Straight into the fence.
That car, when it made that impact, it just looked like it dug in the wall.
83 laps to go. This time it's Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano making up row 1. Great launch for Keselowski. Back there in the 2. Here comes Martin Truex Jr. in the 19 as well. Logano trying to battle back on the outside. How about Jimmy Johnson in the 48? Working up to the inside for the 4th position.
Jimmy Johnson can clear the 19. Has to roll the center really well. Go to the throttle now, use that exit, but not going to be able to do it. Truex takes that spot.
For the lead, here comes Keselowski once again, looking at the inside of Hamlin.
Watching them all enter low, using the bottom of the racetrack entering. We've watched them all day long enter on the high side into turn 1, into turn 3. Now look at them, protecting that bottom.
It may not be the fastest way right now for Denny Hamlin, but he does not want that 2 car in his door.
And he's there, right at the door. Keselowski diving into 1.
Man, they wrapped the bottom so well now. The track changed so much throughout the day.
Let's see where Brad goes now that he has the lead. Will he run that bottom?
Yep, back to the bottom. Interesting stuff. You got to be able to be on top of that. You got to get that information from your crew chief. Where the leader's running. They're moving around. They're changing. They're finding speed.
And how do you know that if you're the leader? There's no one else to watch. It's just feel. The driver feels. He understands how the track's changing, what's going on with my tires on restarts. As this run goes on, they'll probably migrate back toward the top, especially on corner entry.
As we watch these leaders, those cars that came to pit road get a little bit fresher tires, are trying to make their way back up through traffic. Chase Elliott, Jones gained a little bit of time, but these guys, you see how much farther hard. There's Chase Elliott right there, that white and blue Napa car on the outside of Ryan Preece in the 37. Having a quiet day, Ryan Preece, but I think, as you said, just feel good about a quiet day. The 9 goes up the hill to that 3rd lane, trying to get a run off the banking, trying to get to the outside of the 20. He's able to do it. Now he's trying to cross over. No, he'll go to the outside of his teammate in the 88.
Just want to let you know that John Hunter, Nemechek, Matt Kenseth both were evaluated and released from the infield care center. And now we go to Parker. I'm sorry, Marty.
Hey, Rick, it's been an absolute dogfight back here in the back half of the top 10. Kurt Busch right now sitting in the 10th position, saying he's struggling to complete the corner at the 5/8 mark, and then that makes him lose all of his momentum on exit. Of course, was his comment after that. Steve, I'm sure as a crew chief, you've heard that a ton of times here at New Hampshire. You struggle in the middle, that affects the exit at this racetrack.
I know it sounds silly, but all of these cars, I think, are fighting the same things. We see Denny Hamlin, as you've pointed out all day, Jeff. As the tires age, his car gets better, runs the 2 back down. Most of these drivers fight the same handling characteristics. Some are just faster while doing it.
Remember a year ago, Denny Hamlin tried the outside to get by Kevin Harvick for the win here. It didn't work out for him. Now, the real estate on the bottom of the racetrack, very, very coveted by every driver. So will somebody have to go to the outside again to win this race? Under 4 laps to go. Another fuel.
Harvick wanted to commit to the bottom, but he's like waiting on the 21 to decide what line he was going to take. He was going to go where the 21 wasn't, right?
So where you going there? I guess I got to go here.
Look at this.
Oh, a little contact there. Byron hit the back of the 48.
He's trying to get under the 48, but he had the 8.
We just heard flip the switch. Are they going to reserves already?
No, I don't think so. I think basically if they're within a lap or 2, you don't want the car to stumble. You're committed now. So just flip it to pick up every ounce of fuel. We only want to see you if you're completely out. We don't want to have any issue and lose time because it just stumbles.
Tyler Reddick trying to get by Jimmy Johnson.
And that's a top 10. If Tyler Reddick can do it.
Clears him into the top 10. On the top of your screen, 2 laps to go for Keselowski.
Jimmy Johnson not done fighting. Crossover. Now William Byron behind him is going to try to go with Reddick, trying to jump on the outside of Jimmy Johnson. And here's Ryan Preece trying to get up there for a top 10 opportunity.
Now those 4 cars all fighting for that top 10 spot.
Great racing today.
Yeah.
This track has been amazing.
Brad Keselowski coming out of turn number 4. 1 lap to go. One more time around. Does he have enough fuel? Brad Keselowski. It has been the Brad and Denny show all day. Keselowski has led 183 laps, looking to lead his 184th lap. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. And this will be career win number 33 for Brad Keselowski. He's going to win at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
For Jeremy, thank you.
Sliding out of 4, Harvick.
He was able to get by Matt DiBenedetto, but not able to get the 22. Here's the battle for 10th.
William got by Jimmy Johnson late.
How about Tyler Reddick, 10th position.
Great job up there, bud. Yes, sir.
That
Easy to do with a fast car.
33rd win for Brad Keselowski.
had a lot of great races this year with the 2-car, and but we just hadn't really went out and kind of dominated a race, you know. And I was talking to Jeremy Bowens, and like, man, that's what we need to get to that next level. We're right there. We need to go out and go just dominate a race, and that's what today was for us with the Western Star Alliance Truck Parts Ford Mustang. And so I'm really proud of my team and the effort they gave today. Great race car, and to all of Team Penske, thank you. It's so great to be racing back in front of fans again. I mean, feels like forever, so welcome back, guys.
They love it, Brad.